Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Ms. D. Vasquez to the stand. Ms. D. Vasquez is the producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Oh, you're the murderer. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Ms. Ms. Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Oh, I'm getting bad hiccupy burpy things. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van? There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over. Van added to the court record. I see. Very well then. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. No, you didn't. Or at the very least, there were no bones on those plates. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed the murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? Kinda wish she said a little more. Evidence she didn't eat that steak. Nope. Nothing in that. There wouldn't be anything in the guide map as far as I know. A duct-taped thing. Blocked the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4 p.m. Old-ass photo. Sleeping pill bottle. Huh. This wouldn't necessarily prove she didn't eat it. I mean, this only proves that Hammer ate one with sleeping pills. I mean, I'm pretty sure Hammer didn't put sleeping pills in everyone's food. Only Powers. So that doesn't prove anything, but neither would that. None of the photos show that she couldn't have had that steak. I feel like my best option for evidence is this plate, but that doesn't quite fit. Could be an Ace Attorney stretch of logic once again, but that's all I've kinda got. Faulty logic is the only logic I've got at the moment. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. The plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. And even though I didn't record it in evidence whatsoever, there were no bones left on the plates. Why wasn't this an option for evidence? This would have made way more sense than the thing I just did, but okay, the plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You, boneless steak, ate the bone too. I don't think anyone could eat the bone. Ate a boneless steak works. Not eating the steak at all probably doesn't work since the plate was empty. Gonna go with you ate a boneless steak. Elementary, you were eating a boneless steak. Mr. Wright, say you are right. What would that prove? Right, Your Honor. Nick, remember her testimony? She said she ate a T-bone steak. She said bone. Correct, I was testing you. Yeah, sure, Nick. Sorry, can I try that one more time? I guess you know what? Sure, she didn't eat a steak. Why not? You didn't eat anything during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like the incinerator. Okay, sure, thank you, Phoenix Wright logic. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Why would picking on Salmonella be relevant at all? She was meeting the Steel Samurai to murder him! She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Nani? Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? Objection! What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well, let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't, could you? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh, you see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? You did a repeat of the incident 5 years ago. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon, but in fact, something with a very similar point. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet? I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. What? Excuse me, what? You're telling me that this picture showing that there's a very similar sized impaling object wouldn't... I mean, the spear itself is broken, therefore, and mended with duct tape, and duct tape wouldn't hold if you tried stabbing someone? I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what your... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what... Yes! I was trying to before, but you told me that it was wrong. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Why? The same murder weapon from 5 years ago, Your Honor. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo. See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago... has happened again! Man, that was an awkwardly long silence. I hope the video game music really helped that. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 PM on the day of the murder. Ms. D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? Either she... No, saying she could move it implies she did it by hand. She didn't do it by hand. She had a van. She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Why, it's simple, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Good question. Good question. You know, either he was, because she can tell him what to do all the time and he'll listen, or he wasn't, because she told him what to do and not ask any questions. You know what? Of course he was. Yeah. He has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed into the van and put into the costume. There was no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Ms. Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? Huh. That was surprisingly easy. She didn't even have a big freakout moment like everyone else in this game. So what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Confession? Confession? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? No. Cheating. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely that she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Evidence that she did it. Evidence that she did it. Evidence that she did it. No one else could have gotten there? No one else could have gotten in there to commit the murder, because the path was blocked. That's the only idea that I have? But what if I'm wrong? Can I really afford the penalty? What if Jack Hammer Powers gets proven guilty? No, that's... Hammer... Powers. Powers cannot be guilty. She is definitely the murderer. I just need a way to prove it was her. This blockage means that only she could have done it. Because... yeah, because no one else could have gotten in there. And there was no one else present. At least, no one else left the trailer. I think this is it. But I don't know. Okay. You did it, Vasquez. Ms. Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? No. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I'm not sure that question helped this court get any closer to a verdict. What do I do now? Testify again, Vasquez. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright? Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. To come so far only to fail? As it seems, there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Ms. Vasquez Edgeworth. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see, very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Ms. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed, verily, I say, go. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But wasn't he the one that says he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that... Edgeworth. Oh, there's some character development coming up real soon, fellas. But also, judging from the length of this recording, I might have to end the episode here. Don't worry, we'll get our not guilty verdict in the next episode. Bye.